Hello, you wonderful people. So for today's video, I'm talking about some news. I just found out recently that Black Lightning is ending after its 4th season, which obviously this news hit me, which, obviously I'm sad about that because, it's one of those things where it's like, if it was like, oh, at the end of season 3, it's like, yeah, we're bringing Black Lightning back for another 4th and final season, it hits a little different than if it's like, literally sometime a little bit before the next season starts, we're announcing that this is the final. It hits a little differently, especially because news had came out like fairly recently that they're doing a Black Lightning spin-off where they're following, Khalil, as Painkiller, so I guess the last time we saw him in season 3, like, obviously he left Freeland, so it's like the story's going to kind of pick up from there. But yeah, this news kind of shocked me, especially because as we know, like Supergirl is ending with its next season, season 6. So like to get this news back to back like this, because I actually found out about this news because I was listening to the Weekly Planet podcast, and they had kind of surmised that this might be kind of like Warner Brothers' way of kind of like culminating everything in one particular place because of HBO Max, where they're going to be making all like for example, that new Green Lantern show is going to be there, plus like the other DC shows, like obviously Doom Patrol, the Harley Quinn animated series, and Titans are going to be on HBO Max because obviously they're moving away from DC Universe. So I guess it's just everything's kind of getting culminated there, just because it's just like, because obviously like Arrow ended first, and now it's just like, now it's going to be like, well, Supergirl and Black Lightning, and now it's like, well, which other show? Because there's also been news that like they were actually going to be making a Wonder Girl series for the CW. So it kind of makes you a little fearful, like, oh, what does it mean for the rest of the other shows? Like, does that mean they might start halting certain things? Like I said, that news was fairly recent about the Wonder Girl thing, so it's like, is that going to be a situation where like maybe they decide like, no, we're actually going to move that to HBO Max? Will these it makes you wonder, like, because like I said, this news just kind of shocked me. Part of me also, like, I'm not well versed in the entertainment world, so this news might have already been stated like well in advance. So like maybe everyone associated with Black Lightning went into this 4th season knowing it was going to be the final one, but it's only now that we're like the news is going public that the public gets to know like this is the end for Black Lightning. Obviously the story can continue in some shape or form because once again this is the Arrowverse and everything can kind of connect, but it's still just that thing of like their story as a whole kind of ends here. We can probably find out little bits here and there, maybe in other stuff, much like Supergirl could still exist, and it still exists and is a part of this continuity, so it could always pull from it. But it's still just that thing of like they are starting, because like there's even the Superman and Lois show that's starting this year, that's supposed to be coming out, well, not this year, but in 2021. So it's like it begs the question, like, what a lot of this DC stuff looks like going forward when, when it comes to the CW. Like, will things kind of continue going? Maybe certain shows will, others won't. Like, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Netflix Marvel situation. It kind of gives me that feeling where it seems like, yeah, everything's going to end here, and then, I hope that's not the case. Like I said, I am bummed that Black Lightning is ending because I'd like the show to have continued on. I mean, much like Supergirl, I would have wanted Supergirl to keep going on, but it's like, I'm still interested to see what they do. Like I said, my perspective on it is like they already went into the season knowing it was going to be the final one, and we as a public are only just finding out. I hope that's the case, because if not, that means they set up the 4th season. So once again, because I always thought like when they're announcing stuff, it's only just getting announced to everybody, but it's like people have already known for a while. Probably the same thing applies in the Supergirl thing. It was just like being publicly known at the time, but it was probably something that was already in the works of like, yeah, we're going to make this the final season. So they were able to kind of construct it. Because I think at the time the news had come out about Supergirl, they hadn't even started production yet. I think it was going to be like another month or so before they started production. I think that's the case, but like from when I was reading about Black Lightning, it's going to start airing in, I think the date I saw in one article was like February 8th. So it's one of those situations where it's like anything that I like when it comes to an end, especially when I feel like it's coming to an early end, it's going to leave me conflicted. But I'm still excited to see what this season is all about, where our story kind of goes, considering everything that went down in season 3, where things kind of go for the Pierce family. Obviously, these are just some of my thoughts about the whole situation. I'd love to get to know your thoughts. How do you feel about this whole Black Lightning situation? Black Lightning coming to an end after season 4, and with that, the thoughts I shared about what this potentially could mean for every other DC/Arrowverse show on the CW, in correlation to like HBO Max and everything. What are your thoughts about that as well? Let me know. I'd love to get to know your thoughts thoughts about it. But really, that's all I want to talk about. So the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, all the way to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.